They thought it would be a peaceful night under the stars, until the camera captured something no one can explain. These are the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera. In this chilling video from the 401 Files YouTube channel, the host returns to the infamous Dalby Forest, a location steeped in disturbing legends and eerie sightings. Located on the east coast of Britain, Dalby has long been associated with paranormal encounters, from reports of dogman and alien sightings to unsettling accounts of animal and even human mutilations. Determined to uncover more, he sets out to spend an entire night in the forest, accompanied only by his loyal dog, Lily.
Absolute pleasure, as I always say, to be joined by so many like-minded people from all around the world. I've brought you back today to a place that we have explored before. This was last year, and it's a place that has dogman sightings, creepy stories and evidence, cases of human mutilation, animal mutilation, UFOs and extraterrestrials, and everything in between.
He sets out to spend an entire night in the forest, accompanied only by his loyal dog, Lily. As night falls and the forest sinks into darkness, the atmosphere quickly shifts. Even for an experienced explorer, being alone in such a remote, haunted area starts to play with the senses. Shadows stretch, sounds amplify, and the mind begins to wander. The real fear doesn't come from what's imagined. It comes from the creeping suspicion that something real might be out there.
If you got here, comment the word darkness.
There's some lights over there in the distance. I'm not sure what that is. My initial thought, well, that's Lily, obviously the green one, and she's really close to me, but there's two white lights. They seem really far from the distance. My original thought just then was maybe a road, but they don't seem to be moving. And they're not constant, they keep going on and up. On and off, and one of them just got really bright, so I have no idea what that is. Try and zoom in.
While searching for a place to camp, they finally settle down, only for something strange to happen shortly after. In the distance, unexplained lights begin to appear. They're not stars, and they're not coming from any road. These lights flicker, shift colors, from green to blue, and seem to hover unnaturally close to the ground. There's no identifiable source, and though curiosity tugs at him, he chooses not to investigate further.
Stars, we're looking at ground level here, right across the horizon, but it seems too far from the distance for me to go over that way and investigate. And holding my hands out like this with the camera, I'm struggling because they're so cold. But yeah, I have no idea what that is at this point.
The rest of the night passes quietly, but the lights and the forest's heavy silence leave a lingering unease. Were these lights the result of some natural phenomenon, a paranormal event, or perhaps something far stranger? Claire, a nature-loving solo camper and single mom known for her peaceful, scenic adventures, decided to take a spookier route for Halloween, one that quickly turned chilling. Swapping serene trails for a darker setting, she camped near an old abandoned church with a notorious past tied to tales of satanic rituals and a nearby murder.
Trying something a bit different today, so I'm going to be camping at a creepy church with a history of satanic ritual, witchcraft. So yeah, this is Wild Bear coming to you from Clough Hill. Woo! Satanic rituals. Over the years, people have dug up bones and all sorts from graves. There's been a murder done on the A6, known as the A6 murder. That's the road just over there, I believe. So yeah, lots has happened here, and understandably the church has been closed for overnight visitors, and there are cameras and alarms everywhere. So I've been up to have a look at the church, and I'm staying somewhere nearby where I feel like I won't be disturbed. Yeah, I like this little bit of woods. Don't think I'll be disturbed here. I'm going to do a bivvy today, so really stealth. I've not got another shelter if it rains, just a bivvy, so I think it's going to be a nice night actually. Just got to wait around until it gets dark.
With the church itself locked down under tight security, Claire pitched her bivvy in the surrounding woods, hoping for a quiet night. As dusk fell, she read more about the area's disturbing history, bones unearthed near graves, eerie sightings, and lingering local legends that painted the place in an ominous light.
Apart from some odd noises, I can't report of anything so far. While we're on the subject of weird stuff, there is a controversial video of what is claimed to be a ghost in St Mary's Church, taken in 2016, and it shows a black hooded figure walking past the door of the church. So if you Google Clophill Church monk ghost, I'm sure that will come up. And it's a really creepy video actually, but you know, that could quite easily have been staged. So, but for you guys that like the ghost stuff, have a look at that. So that's quite fun.
After exploring and settling in with some food, Claire was ready to call it a night, but the forest had other plans.
Okay. I've lost my bed. How have I lost my bed? Getting into a bivvy bag is always such a graceful thing. So grumpy. There's the moon. So pretty. Good night, mamas. See you in the morning. You see the red eyes over there? I'm just going to assume they were deer eyes. Freaky. Really freaky. I don't like the red eyes.
Strange noises began to echo through the trees, getting closer. Then, out of nowhere, she spotted a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at her from the darkness. Trying to stay calm, Claire told herself it could be deer eyes reflecting her headlamp, but her voice trembled with doubt.
I keep telling myself it's just because I had my red light on my head torch, that's why the eyes look red. And if I had the white light on, they would have just been white, because they're just deer eyes.
The stillness, the stories, and those unblinking eyes created a feeling she couldn't quite shake. Whether it was a trick of the light or something else entirely, one thing was clear. Those glowing eyes left a mark she won't soon forget. Omanu is no stranger to eerie adventures, often camping solo in remote and unsettling places, but this particular night would haunt him forever. As the sun vanished behind the trees, he sat quietly by the fire, under a peaceful sky. Yet despite the calm, the land whispered with warnings. Locals spoke of a haunted road nearby, one that led travelers astray. Some paths led to a quiet village, others to an old cemetery, but the most chilling tales were of ghostly figures that looked human, until it was too late. Drawn by curiosity, Omanu later set off on a trail. But as he walked, an overwhelming sense of dread crept in, like something was behind him, watching.
HHH hit H hit high hit H hit Hopnia.
Spooked, he returned to camp, only to find his motorcycle, completely off and untouched, suddenly roaring to life. The handlebars twisted violently as if grabbed by unseen hands. No one was there. Alarmed, he shut it off and hurried into his tent, setting up 2 cameras. One pointed at him, the other at the bike. An hour passed, then it appeared. A tall figure in white with long black hair silently seated itself on the motorcycle. Then came the laugh, a chilling, unnatural sound that echoed through the trees, and just like that, the figure vanished. No trace, no noise, just the haunting memory of what had stood there moments before. Was it an elaborate trick, or did Omanu capture something truly paranormal? The footage shook everyone who saw it. Some places were never meant to be visited, and some things, once noticed, don't always let you leave quietly. On December 12, 2022, Twitch streamer Fatlashy, known for his lighthearted and casual content, uploaded a video that took a sudden, eerie turn. What started as a typical live stream quickly turned into something far more unsettling. The stream begins with Fatlashy casually chatting with his viewers, seemingly unaware of anything unusual.
Lose my hands. There's somebody watching you on the back. Where?
But as his camera pans toward a large, thick tree in the distance, something strange catches the attention of the audience. Viewers begin flooding the chat, warning him that someone, or something, is standing behind the tree, watching.
Oh my god.
At first, it's hard to tell, but then slowly, a figure becomes visible. Partially concealed by the tree, a person stands motionless, just staring. Fatlashy's demeanor shifts instantly. His confusion turns to fear as he realizes he's not alone and that someone has been watching him the entire time. Without hesitation, he starts to flee, then the stream abruptly cuts out. No goodbye, no update, just silence. The clip ends without resolution, leaving viewers disturbed and full of questions. Did he get away? Was he followed? And most unsettling of all, who was the figure watching him in the woods? To this day, there's been no official update from Fatlashy, and the identity of the mysterious watcher remains unknown. On July 15, 2022, YouTuber The Abandoned Camper uploaded a video documenting what began as a peaceful stealth camping trip and ended in an experience she wouldn't soon forget. Her chosen location, an overgrown abandoned cemetery dating back to the 1800s. The video starts off calmly as she finds a secluded clearing hidden deep in the foliage and begins setting up camp. With daylight still on her side, she decides to explore the cemetery, filming the old gravestones to pass the time. That's when the atmosphere shifts. Out of nowhere, she hears what sounds like children screaming, not playful laughter, but loud, distant shrieks. At first, she assumes she's alone and tries to brush it off, until she spots a group of kids in the distance. Whether they were there by coincidence or had followed her remains unclear, but their presence becomes increasingly unsettling.
So if you can't tell, it's pretty dark. Here, right now, But there are kids here, like young kids, in the cemetery. And I'm wondering how active this place actually is. Do people come here at night and kind of party in the forest or something? That dog kind of ruined it. Not ruined it, I shouldn't say that. The dog barking, I didn't want to disturb anybody, especially since I'm not supposed to be here. So I think I'll finish my exploring tomorrow morning. And because there seems to be still a lot of stuff here. See? I think they know I'm here. That's not good.
Thinking they might just be messing with her, she stays cautious, keeps her camera rolling, and makes sure she isn't being followed back to her hidden campsite.
I'm gonna keep this recording. Just in case. But I'm also gonna stop and find out what they're doing. If they're actually watching me or not. Oh, I can see them. I just don't want them to see where I'm going. Okay. I think they're gone.
But the situation escalates once she starts a small fire to cook. That's when the voices return, this time closer, and accompanied by the unmistakable sound of footsteps approaching through the woods.
People walking around back here. They don't have headlamps on, but like I said in my last video, I do not like being around people in the middle of a forest, especially when it's dark out. So I might pack up and get out of here when I think the coast is clear.
Realizing that things could go from strange to dangerous, she quickly and quietly packs up her gear and slips out of the cemetery under the cover of night. The true intentions of those kids or whoever was in the woods remain a mystery. One thing is certain, not every haunting experience comes from the dead. Sometimes the living are far more unnerving.